Okay, awesome. Well, welcome. Thanks so much for coming to practice today. We are going to be working on working our way up the chakra system. The last couple of weeks we started at the root and we moved up to the sacral chakra, and today we'll be working on the solar plexus. And like I said, we had a request for some like glute sciatica work as well. So we'll get into the piriformis a little bit, and we'll do some hip work as well. But for our solar plexus, that would be located right here, kind of in that opening space between the very bottom of the ribs, so kind of in the middle-ish of our midsection. And this area of the body, the solar plexus, is kind of the seat of our personal power. So this is the place where we draw our confidence from. We take our self-motivation from this area of the body. So you may have heard either me or another yoga instructor talk about how important it is to have a strong midsection. So we'll work a little bit on that today. And the color for the solar plexus is yellow, hence the yellow shirt today. And I brought some other accoutrement with me as well. I've got some stones. So this is yellow calcite, and I've got a yellow citrine with me as well. And I put on unfortunately you can't smell it, but I've got some aromatherapy going here. I'm using lemon today. And if you use doTERRA oils, they have another one called Elation. That's another nice one for uplifting and connecting to the solar plexus. So let's just go ahead and get started. We'll start in a comfortable seated position this morning, and let's move the flesh away from the sitting bones. And we'll go ahead and just let the knees relax, sitting up nice and tall with a straight spine. And if it feels good, we can close our eyes, or maybe just softening them so that the gaze is unfocused. Maybe there's still a little bit of light shining in. Just taking a moment or so to settle in. We might have a little bit of movement still left in us, some wiggles, and that's okay. Just starting to connect to our breath. At first, let's just be with the breath as it is naturally. Simply observing the inhale and the exhale. No need to change or alter anything, just watching, just observing. And as we feel the breath gently flowing in and out of us, let's lengthen the spine one more time. Starting to feel the inner support of our spine hugging into the midsection, the midline of the body. And as we feel that strength in the midline, also seeing if we can soften around it. So releasing any rigidity in the body. Letting the body and the mind be gently alert this morning. We'll be here for a few more breaths. If we'd like to bring a mudra or some hand yoga into the mix, we can bring our palms together, interlace the hands in front of the body, and then extend the middle fingers. And then if we'd like, we can just place the hands right at our solar plexus with the fingers, the middle fingers pointing out towards the space in front of us. This mudra helps to stimulate our digestive system. So if we have an overactive digestive system as it is, we may want to skip the mudra. Just taking a few more breaths here, softening the shoulders, softening the jaw, letting the spine be nice and long. And if we have our hands clasped in the mudra, let's go ahead and release them, bringing the hands to the lap, bowing the chin in towards the chest, keeping the chest nice and lifted, the shoulders melting down the spine. And just breathing here for a moment, taking the breath and awareness into the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. And then when we're ready, let's bring some gentle movement to the head and neck. Just rocking from side to side, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Nice gentle movements here. Knowing that we can pause in any place if we need a little bit of extra time somewhere to work out any kinks or tightness or soreness. You're welcome to pause in those places, just breathing there. The next time the right ear comes over the right shoulder, let's pause there for a moment, re-elongating the spine. And then we'll take our left hand and let's just draw it back over towards our right hip. So hand behind our back, shoulder soft, letting the shoulder melt towards the earth, letting the ear melt towards the shoulder, and just breathing here, noticing any areas of tightness and letting the breath gently melt them open. Good. Let's go ahead and release the hand. We'll sweep our chin towards our chest once again. And then let's make our way over to the second side. So left ear over left shoulder. Shoulders are soft. Then we'll take our right hand, slide it behind our back, making our way over towards that left hip. Good. Just letting gravity assist this stretch here. Nice full deep cycles of breath. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release our arm. We'll sweep our chin towards our chest once again. And then let's bring the chin back towards neutral. We'll blink the eyes open. And let's switch the cross of our legs for a moment. We'll bring our hands to our thighs. And let's just start to make some circles with the rib cage. So a lot of times we'll swirl from the base of our spine, but today we'll keep the hips nice and steady on the earth and see if we can just move the torso around. It's okay if it doesn't look pretty. We're not always used to this kind of a movement, so no worries. But making a circle as best as we can, maybe even starting to imagine a yellow light right here in the center of our core. Almost like the sun shining in the middle of our body. Good. And then let's go ahead and pause for a moment and we'll switch and go the opposite direction. We might notice that one way might be easier than the other. That's okay, no worries. As we move through practice today, we're always giving ourselves permission to let go of judgment, release expectation, and of course, letting go of any kind of competition, whether it be with ourselves or anyone else. Good, so let's go ahead and pause on that. We'll make our way back to center. Let's inhale, sweeping the arms up. On the exhale, we'll take our right hand down to the mat and let's lean over towards that right side. Nice big side bend here, anchoring down through the left sitting bones. And then anything that feels good for the neck here, we might be looking down or maybe straight ahead, or we might even start to look up underneath our arms. Reaching from the sitting bones all the way out through the fingertips. And then let's take a nice big inhale, reaching up. We'll interlace the fingers overhead, inhaling. Let's flip the palms up towards the sky, and we'll draw the arms back a little bit here. So trying to get the biceps right beside the ears if possible. Always respecting the shoulders and being with whatever is true for us today. So if the arms are here, and that's all that feels good, that's okay. Draw the arms back as much as we can, lengthening up through the core, lengthening up through the crown of the head, last breath. Good, let's go ahead and release the hands, and we'll take a couple shoulder rolls here. All right, let's inhale, sweeping the arms up, second side. Exhaling, left hand to the mat, leaning over towards that left side, anchoring the right sitting bone down towards the earth, and then again, anything that feels good for the neck here. Looking down, straight ahead, maybe up underneath our arm. Nice big active stretch here, so actively pressing our sitting bones down into the earth as we reach up and out through the fingertips. We'll take one more cycle of breath here. And on our next inhale, let's go ahead and make our way back to center. We'll bring the hands to heart center. So hands together, down through the center to our heart. Let's bow the chin towards the chest once again. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention for our practice. And then let's go ahead and release the hands. We'll blink the eyes open. And let's make our way to all fours on our mat. So hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. Let's spread the fingers nice and wide like a little starfish on our mat. And on our inhale, we'll sink the belly down, opening the heart, tilting the tailbone up and back for cow pose. And then exhaling, rounding the spine, tucking chin towards chest as we scoop the tailbone under, cat pose. Let's do that a couple more times. We'll move at our own pace with our own breath. Inhaling for cow, exhaling into cat. And just for today, let's see if we can bring our awareness to the very center of our being, the right in the middle of our body. Making that the focal point of our cat-cow this morning. Seeing if we can hinge and flex and bend around that spot. So opening and lengthening the spine evenly, right from that midpoint. Good work. Last one here. And then the next time we inhale, let's make our way back to a neutral spine. Extending the left leg back behind us. Let's start with the toes down on the mat for a moment. Oh, that feels good today. I've been getting back into a little bit of weight training and I'm a little sore, especially in my calves. So this feels really nice. Let's just rock back and forth for a moment, kind of getting into that calf, getting into the hip flexor a little bit as well. Good, and then we'll come back to neutral. Let's squeeze skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Feel that leg lifting up away from the mat, and then let's extend the right arm out in front of us as well. Continuing to lift up through the belly button. Nice long neutral spine. Spreading the toes, spreading the fingers, pressing out through the bottom of the foot. And then let's exhale, round and curl in. Squeeze in, elbow towards knee, knee towards nose. Inhaling, opening up. 2 more times just like that. Exhaling, hugging, rounding in. Inhaling, opening up. Good, last one. Exhaling, hugging, rounding, squeeze those core muscles, and then inhale, open up. Good, let's bring both hands back down to the mat, both knees to the mat, and we'll just make some circles here. So circling around our hips a little bit. Couple times in each direction. Good, and then let's pause and go the second way. We're warming up the hips a little bit too. We will get into those a little as well. Good, last one, and then we'll come to pause once again. Just as a reminder, we can always substitute a fist if our wrists are getting tired. So I'm actually going to do that for a moment. So we'll bring the fists right underneath our shoulders, knees still underneath those hips. And let's find that final balance on the second side. So we'll start by extending the right leg back behind us, toes on the floor to start with. Let's keep scooping the tailbone under, and we'll just take a couple rocking motions here for a moment. Get into that calf on the second side. Yeah, that feels nice. Good. Okay, good work. Let's make our way back to neutral. And then we'll start to hug skin to muscle, muscle to bone, floating that right leg up away from the mat, nice and strong. Let's extend the left arm out towards the wall in front of us for that spinal balance. Notice any shaking here, any vibrating, that's all good. Anytime the muscles shake and vibrate, it's called muscle fibrillation. That means that we are getting stronger in those muscles. It also means that we're releasing stress and tension through the body. So let's hug in, round, curling in, squeezing our knee towards our nose, elbow towards knee, and then opening up. 2 more times, just like that. Exhaling, hugging in. Inhaling to open up. Good, last one. Inhaling to open, good work. Let's bring both hands back down to the mat, big toes together at the back of the mat. And then let's sink our hips towards the heels. Resting our forehead towards the mat, making our way into child's pose for a moment. Remembering that child's pose is always available to us if we need a break or a rest in our practice. This is a place that we can come back to. So the solar plexus is also associated with the element of fire. So we're going to create some heat in our practice today. I know I'm feeling a little warm already, just from that core work we've done so far. So if we start to get warm, no problem, that's normal and invited. So let's inhale, coming back to our all fours. And let's go ahead and step the left foot forward in between the hands. We'll come into a lunge position. So if we have bricks or books, now's a good time to grab them. We can frame that front foot, 1 brick or book on each side. And let's make sure the back leg, the right leg is back a little bit more, so that instead of being straight up and down on the kneecap, we've got a nice deep angle on that back leg. Top of the foot can be down, or we can curl the toes under for a little bit of extra support if we'd like. Let's make sure that front knee is right on top of the front ankle, and we'll draw the shoulders back and down. Let's see just for today if we can stack the shoulders on top of the hips. So opening the heart a little bit here. This is really where bricks or books are nice, so we can help kind of support ourselves a little bit. Nice, full, deep breathing. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands up to our front thigh. Inhaling, drawing the arms up overhead. On the exhale, let's sweep the left arm back, the right arm forward. So we're coming into a little twist here. Turning our heart over towards the left side. Good, last breath here. Nice big twist on the torso. And then inhaling, drawing the arms up. Let's exhale, bringing both hands down to the mat. We'll bring both hands inside that front foot, and let's walk our left foot over towards the left a little bit more. Angling the toes out at maybe a 20-ish degree angle or so. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, maybe we stay right here on our hands, or maybe we lower down to our forearms, either on a brick or directly onto the floor. Opening up into the hips a little bit here. We can rock gently back and forth if we'd like, or we can stay in stillness. All right, good. Let's take an inhale, coming back to our hands. We're going to come into a little twist here. So again, you might want to have some bricks or books to help raise the floor up a little bit. What we're going to do is we'll have both hands on the inside of that left foot still. Oops, I'm moving my earbud here. Okay, so we'll have the hands on the inside, and then let's take the right hand just a little bit farther forward. So it's about maybe half a handspan ahead of our right shoulder. And then we'll bring our left hand to our left thigh, not the knee, but the thigh. So we're kind of in a twist here already. Maybe this is it today. Maybe we just stay right here. If we want more and it feels okay, we're going to start to let the right hip drop and let this right shoulder lift up. We don't often do this, but just for today, for this posture, we're gonna let it happen. To protect this left knee a little more, we might come to the knife edge of our left foot. So this is a pretty deep twist. We don't have to go this deep, but it's a nice big opening for the side body here. We're here for one more breath. Good, inhaling, let's make our way back towards the front of our mat. And then on the exhale, we'll take the hips back towards the wall behind us. We'll keep this left leg kind of wide today as we make our way into Ardha Hanumanasana, a little hamstring stretch here. Good. Let's inhale halfway, lifting the heart, and then exhale, fold in a little more. And by more, it might be half an inch, it might be half a centimeter, it might be the teeny tiniest bit ever, and that's okay. Belly lightly drawing in, folding our heart towards our extended leg. Let's spread those toes. We're here for one more breath. Good. On our next inhale, let's make our way back into our all fours. And anything that feels good here. If we want movement, we can create circles with our ribs, or we can explore cat and cow again. Or we can make our way into child's pose and rest for a moment. So anything that feels good here, movement or rest. We'll be here for 3 cycles of breath. Checking in with the breath, reconnecting to the breath. Noticing the heat we're creating in the body. Heat is a good thing. It helps to burn up old stagnant energy, anything that no longer serves. Old emotions, old beliefs, old stress, old tension, just burning it away. If we are in child's pose, let's make our way back to our all fours. I'm going to turn around so you can see me a little bit better here. So let's go ahead and step the right foot forward in between our hands. We can grab our bricks or books if we'd like. Let's make sure that front knee is right on top of the front ankle. And then we'll walk that left knee back a little bit more. So we're looking to be more on the top of the femur, or the very base of the femur bone, rather than right up and down on that kneecap. So let's soften the hips down towards the floor and scissor the legs in towards each other. So there's a little bit of stability in the legs, helping to assist the stretch. Softening the shoulders, softening the jaw. Keep scooping the tailbone under. Stacking the shoulders over the hips as best we can. Shoulders are soft, jaw is soft. Good, and then let's go ahead and release the bricks if we've got them. We'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. On the exhale, let's sweep the right arm back around behind us, left arm reaching forward. So as best we can, we're drawing that right shoulder back, seeing if we can get the shoulders to be straight across from each other. May not happen today, that's okay. Reaching through the fingertips, feel that twist in the spine, that twist in our abdomen. Last breath. Inhaling, arms up, exhaling, hands to the mat. Good work. All right, we'll start to bring our hands inside that front leg. Let's walk our right foot over towards the right a little more and angle the toes out to help protect the knee. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, maybe we just soften the heart and stay right here. Or if we want more, we can work our way down onto the forearms, either on bricks or books or on the mat directly. Maybe it feels good to rock here a little bit, or maybe stillness feels better. So deciding which one. Softening the space in between the shoulder blades. As we breathe into the hip here. Nice deep opening for the hip. All right. On our next inhale, let's go ahead and make our way back onto our hands, and we'll come into that twist on the second side. So let's take the left hand forward just a little bit, about half a handspan from the shoulder. Right hand comes to the right thigh, inhaling to lengthen the spine, exhaling, starting to turn our heart towards our right leg. Maybe this is where we stay today. That's all right. We can just be here. If we want to go a little deeper, we'll start to sink the left hip towards the mat. Let that left shoulder come up towards the ear, and then maybe we even take our gaze over the right shoulder even more. Deep opening for the side body. We'll maybe come up onto the knife edge of that right foot. Lots of energy in that right foot so we can protect the ankle, protect the knee. Breathing into the side ribs here, opening up those intercostal muscles, the muscles in between the rib cage, helping us to breathe a little more deeply. Good, and then let's inhale, carefully make our way out of that twist, and we'll sweep that right leg back behind us, and then anything that feels good here, maybe cat and cow, maybe circles, or maybe taking a moment in child's pose. 3 breaths wherever we're at. Okay, good work, everyone. When we are complete with that 3rd breath, let's go ahead and make our way back to our all fours. And we'll take our hands about half a handspan forward once again of our shoulders. Let's spread the fingers nice and wide. Even starting to claw the mat with our finger pads, let's press all 4 corners deeply into the mat. Rooting down, especially between that space between the first finger and the thumb. And then let's walk the knees back a little bit as well. So we're gonna come into a plank pose. Knees can stay down. We wanna scoop the tailbone and feel a lift of the low belly in and up. So notice I'm not letting my belly sink down because that puts a lot of pressure on my low back. So we wanna keep scooping the tail, keep a gentle lift and a hug in and up of the belly button. Maybe we stay right here. We can always come down to forearms as well. So maybe we're here today. If we're on forearms, actually no matter where we are, softening the shoulders, draw the bottom ribs in and up. Good. So see, even we can get a nice, good workout, even by having the forearms down and the knees down. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Smile when you feel it. Good. Last breath. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release all the way onto our belly. Good work. Ooh, so we'll soften down to our belly for a moment. Let's just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Strengthening that core today, building the inner fire, strengthening our inner confidence, our inner sense of self, our inner power. Let's go ahead and quiet the legs. And we'll press the tops of the feet down into the floor. So let's see if we can get all 10 toenails down on the ground, even that little pinky toe. And then let's press the floor away. Notice as we press down, the kneecaps might lift up. That's good, helping to activate the legs. Scooping the tailbone under, let's fire up that belly button, lifting it in and up as well, taking our arms to the side. So let's bring our forehead down to the floor for a moment. And rest the forehead on the floor. Keeping the low legs nice and active. And then on our next inhale, let's lift just the shoulder blades up and away. Good, keeping all that. On our next inhale, start to lift head, neck, and chest. Feel the center of the back working here. Tucking the chin in and back, staying long in the back of the neck. Maybe the legs start to float up and away for locust pose. Reaching the fingers back towards the wall behind, spreading the toes, spreading the fingers, heart reaching forward, toes reaching back. Last breath. Good, let's go ahead and lower down. We can wiggle the hips gently from side to side, or maybe windshield wipering the legs once again. Whatever feels good for the hips, the low back. So sometimes when we experience low back pain, it's actually because the front of the body is a little bit weak or not strong enough. So by helping to strengthen our core, we can help to alleviate back pain as well. Let's soften the legs down to the mat. Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry I'm all sniffly all of a sudden. Let's spread the toes, press the feet, the top of the feet down. Feel those knees lift up and activate. Scoop the tailbone under, feel the belly button lift in and up as well. And then arms by our sides. Forehead down. Notice that nice stretch in the back of the neck here. Let's inhale, lifting just the shoulder blades. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards the spine. Keeping that inhaling, lifting head, neck, and chest. So keep the chin tucked in and kind of down, almost like you were gonna make, you know, like double chins or something. I know it's not pretty, but it's okay. We want to keep the back of the neck, the cervical spine nice and long. And then maybe the feet float up and away as well. Squeeze those shoulders in, feel the back working, breathing, and exhaling, releasing. Good work. You can wiggle the hips from side to side. If we rested one ear on the mat before, let's rest the second ear on the mat this time. Good. And then we'll slide our hands underneath our shoulders. Let's press ourselves back up into that kneeling plank pose. And then exhale, making our way into child's pose. So we always want to move carefully when we come out of those prone, on those positions where we're laying on our belly, because we want to be sensitive to our low back. Good. Let's inhale, making our way back to all fours. So if downward facing dog is in our practice, we can make our way there. If we prefer to just come to standing, let's just go ahead and come to standing in whatever way feels best in our body. And if we're going directly to a standing position, we'll find ourselves in mountain pose while the others explore downward dog for a moment. So hands are a little bit forward. Let's curl the toes under. Big inhale here, exhaling, lifting the hips. So maybe we take our dog for a walk for a moment, releasing the calves, the hamstrings. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Good. Feel the hips lifting, belly lifting in and up. Rooting down between that first finger and the thumb. Rooting down through all the base knuckles. Last breath here. If we're in down dog, let's walk our hands and our feet towards each other, coming into forward fold. Bringing our hands to our hips, squeezing the elbows towards each other. Let's press through the legs as we rise all the way up. Good. All right, good job. Taking a moment. I know I always get dizzy whenever I come from forward fold up. So just take a moment, let the body settle. Good. We'll all make our way into mountain pose. Eyes can be opened or closed. Let's invite the feet to face forward, feet right underneath our hips, and then shoulders back and down. We'll face the palms towards the front of the room today. Good. Feel those shoulder blades melting down the spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head, and feel that hug into the midline here. Feel the strength and power in the body. And then at the same time, keep that strength, but soften the edges. Good. All right, let's blink the eyes open if they're closed, and we'll step the feet apart. Let's angle the right toes, that's this side, right toes out, and we'll take the left toes kind of in. So we do this a lot when we're coming into warrior two, but today we're going to use this foot leg movement or leg stance so we can work our way into triangle pose. So let's start with legs straight. Notice I'm not locking the joint, this is locking the joint. I want a teeny tiny micro bend in that knee, and then feel the quadricep lifting in and up. Almost like if I was gonna lift my kneecap into my hip. So feel this front leg integrating into the body. All right, hands on hips to start. Big breath inhaling. Exhaling, let's kick the left hip out towards the wall behind us, and then start to reach our right arm up and out towards the wall, the junction between the wall and the ceiling. So notice the side of my body here is nice and long. We want to keep that. On the exhale, we'll bring our hand either to the shin or our thigh, or we may even just bring it back to our hip. Let's take that right knee and feel it spin out towards the pinky toe. Sometimes it falls in, but we're going to roll it out today. Good, belly drawing in, heart lifting, bottom ribs in as well. Good, staying as long as we can in that right side body. Maybe the left arm reaches up. Last breath. Beautiful. On an inhale, let's come all the way back up. We'll release the hands back to the hips, and let's switch our feet to the second side. So left toes turn out, right toes turn a little bit in. So angling them here. And then let's fire up this, actually both legs. So we want lots of activity in both legs. Feel the kneecaps lifting in and up. So we're integrating the legs into the torso. Big breath here, inhaling. Exhaling, let's kick that right hip out back towards the wall behind us. Left arm reaches out towards the junction between the wall and the ceiling. Good. On the exhale, we can cartwheel the hand down to the thigh, the shin, maybe even back to the hip. Whatever feels good today. We don't want to put our hand right on the kneecap, so somewhere above or below. If we reach too far and we feel ourselves kind of bend over, then we know that we have gone too far, so we'll come up a little bit higher. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Belly hugging in, nice long core center, last breath. Good, inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, releasing the hands. Beautiful work, everyone. Let's bring the feet together, heel toes, and we'll make our way back into mountain. So we'll do one balancing pose, and then we'll make our way back down onto our mat. So for today, we're gonna work in our way into warrior 3. So we might just stay in airplane pose, and that's okay, no problem. If we want a little bit of extra support, we can either come to a wall, or if we're near the table or our couch or something like that, we can grab onto that, or a chair, we can grab onto that for some support. So I'm going to turn to the side so it's a little easier to see. So let's start in mountain pose. And then inhaling, arms up. On the exhale, let's take the arms out to the sides and stop about halfway down. So arms might be extended or hands on hips. So notice I'm lifting my bottom ribs in and up, shoulders aligned with the hips, strong legs, press the floor away, and then let's just inhale and come all the way back up. Good. So that's an option. Maybe that's option 1, and we can do that. Just repeat that. So when we're ready, hands on hips, inhale, exhaling, soft knees as we bend forward. Good. So now we can come to that balance. So let's shift the weight over to our right side, and we'll get light on the left foot, starting to sweep that left foot back and behind us. Maybe we keep toes on the floor, or maybe we check in periodically. Let's see if we can lift that leg up, spread the toes, and then maybe the arms come out to the sides, or if it feels okay on our back, maybe arms forward. Lots of options. Let's pick the option that feels best for us. Last breath. Good. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. Woo, good job, good job. All right, feel that core working to hold us up. Core is the whole 360 degrees, so it's not just the front of the body. Our back is working there, the sides are working. All right, second side. Here we go. Hands on hips. Inhaling, nice straight spine, lengthening. Exhale, soft knees as we hinge at the hips. Maybe we stay right here today, just working to strengthen our low back a little bit. If we want the balance, we'll start to sweep the right leg back behind us. Super strong lifted leg. The more this leg is engaged, the lighter it becomes. If this leg is just hanging there, it gets really heavy. Let's see if we can square the hips to the mat, and then maybe the arms reach out to the sides, or maybe we reach forward. Last breath here. Good, hands to hips, inhaling, let's come back up. Good work, everyone. Let's shake it out a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful. Shake out the arms, shake out the hips, shake out the booty, the head, the shoulders, good. Okay, 2 options. If we wanna come down to the mat through down dog, we can. Otherwise, we can just come to a seated position on the mat. Okay. Let's bend the knees, have our feet on the floor, and we'll roll the shoulders back and down. Let's come up onto our toes and lean back just a little bit. Notice we're keeping our back nice and straight, belly drawing in, shoulders down, heart open. Maybe we stay right here. Let's lift the right leg up. We'll point and flex the toe, point and flex. One more, point and flex. Good. And then right leg down. Let's lift the left leg up. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more, point and flex. Good. Let's bring both feet back down. And then we'll recommit. So rolling the shoulders down, belly strong, heart lifting. Come back onto our toes, and then maybe we lift both feet up, both toes. Good. Let's bring the big toes towards each other, maybe even big toes touching. Last breath here. Keep that heart lifting, shoulders melting. And then let's bring our feet back down to the mat. Good job. We'll do 2 more, but let's give ourselves a hug first. Letting the back round a little bit. Good, and then we'll sit back up, hold behind the legs once again, toes to the mat, shoulders down, and then let's lift the feet up and away. See if we can get about a 90-degree angle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe we stay here, or maybe we practice letting go of the leg. Keep squeezing the core, opening the heart, soft shoulders. Good, we'll hold behind the legs and feet down. Give ourselves a nice big hug. Good work. Last one. Toes to the floor. Let's lift the legs up. Squeeze the legs in towards each other. Maybe we practice releasing the hands. Maybe we hold behind the legs and elongate the legs. Let's keep that heart lifting, shoulders melting. Shaking is a good thing. Good, feet down to the floor, big hug. Good work, everyone. Let's extend the arms forward. I'm gonna give myself a little room here. Extend the arms forward, plug the shoulders into the sockets. We'll tuck our chin towards our chest and then roll down one vertebra at a time, making our way onto our back. If we've got a strap or a belt or something, we might want to grab it on our way down. Just have it handy. All right, good work. So enjoy the floor for a moment. Just take a breath here. Let's actually take a cleansing breath. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good, just let it go. Feel the floor holding us, holding our body. Just melting into it for a moment. Knees might be bent, maybe knees are falling in towards each other like a little teepee. All right, good work. So let's hug the knees in towards the chest. And then bringing the arms out to a T position. We can bring the arms out long or we can cactus the arms, whichever way feels better. But let's hug the knees in as close to the chest as we can get them. So hug in. And then we're going to drop the knees over towards the right, but keep hugging the knees in towards the chest as close as we can. And then we probably won't come all the way down. We'll probably come about halfway or so. And then inhaling back to center. And then exhaling, let's do that on the left side. So keep squeezing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe come down about halfway and then come all the way back to center. Let's do that a couple more times. So as we drop to one side or the other, keep lifting the bottom knee in towards the top knee. Good, and back to center, and then second side. And also notice the opposite shoulder. So keep pressing the shoulders down into the floor, especially as the knees tip to one side. That opposite shoulder is going to want to lift away from the ground. Let's see if we can resist that today. Good. We'll do one more on each side, strengthening the obliques, the sides of the abdominals. Good. When we're complete with that second one, let's bring the knees back in towards the chest and we'll grab that strap or belt. And try not to hit yourself in the face with it like I almost did. So let's bring the left foot to the mat. We'll take the right foot up. Let's loop the strap around the ball of the right foot. So we can either keep this left knee bent or we can lengthen the leg towards the wall in front of us. Sometimes if we're near a wall, it's really nice to press the foot into the wall, and we can use the leverage pressing into the wall to kind of deepen the stretch there. So if we want to use a wall, we're welcome to it. Let's soften the shoulder blades down towards the floor, and then press the foot up into the strap. Feel the leg anchoring into the ground. So stay rooted in the hips here, even as we press out through the bottom of the foot. Soft shoulders. All right, so let's get into that piriformis a little bit, see if we can stretch out the glute. This is a pretty intense one, so we're going to use the breath to breathe into that little fire. Let's imagine like there's a clock on the ceiling. We're going to tick our toes over to the 11 o'clock. So just feel the bones rotate in the socket. We're not going very far, just a little turn of the toes. Good, and then we can bring both ends of the strap into the left foot, or into the left hand, and then let's take the right leg over to the left, but only an inch or two. Keep rooting down through the hips, especially on the right side, and here again, smile when you feel it. This can be a pretty intense stretch. So whatever sensation we feel, just sending the breath into those areas. Notice that we didn't go too far. If we go too far, then we lose that stretch. So dial it in, find that place where you feel the most sensation and just breathe there. Good work. And then let's take that right leg all the way over to the left. The leg does not have to reach the floor. And if it's too much with the strap, we can release the strap and bend the knee. And then maybe the leg comes all the way down or maybe not. Let's wiggle the left shoulder out from underneath us. And maybe we look out over the right fingertips. Nice big stretch, big twist in the spine. Good, on an inhale, let's come all the way back to center. And we will cross our right ankle over the left knee. So figure four. Let's spread the toes, press through the ball and the heel. And then just for today, we'll use the strength of our hip to press the knee away. So sometimes we use our hand, sometimes we use a brick or something, but today we'll just use the strength of the hip itself to press away. And then if we want more, we can lift the left leg up. Maybe we fold around the leg, or maybe we use our strap to assist us a little here. Let's tilt the pelvis down towards the mat, and then soften the upper body. If we want a little bonus hamstring stretch, we can lift the left leg up. Good, and then we'll do one more twist on this side. So let's keep the legs as they are. We'll take the arms out in a T position and then drop the legs over towards the left again, but this time that right foot is gonna come down to the mat, so the right knee is up towards the sky. And then we can bump the hips over a little bit, wiggle that left shoulder out. If we want more, we can walk the left knee up towards our shoulder a little, and then use that hip strength to press the right knee away. And then hopefully we get a nice sensation in that outer hip, maybe even down into the piriformis a little bit here. Last breath. Good, let's go ahead and inhale the legs back to center, and we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. Let's bring the arms behind the legs. We can rock gently from side to side. All right, and then let's release the legs. We'll bring the right foot to the floor. Let's grab our strap again and loop the strap around the ball of the left foot this time. Right knee can stay bent, or we can lengthen the leg out. Let's spread the toes on both feet, press through the ball and the heel of both feet, activating that foot, activating the leg. And then pressing the bottom of the left foot up towards the sky, let's feel that left hip anchoring down into the mat. Good. Nice big hamstring stretch here. And then we'll find that clock on the ceiling again. This time we're going to turn our toes over to the 1 o'clock. So we're just rotating the bones in the socket. And then we can transfer both ends of the strap into the right hand. Let's start to move that left leg over towards the right, maybe just an inch or two. Keep anchoring down through that left hip. Good. Find that place where we feel the most sensation. Beautiful work. And then when we're ready, we might need to bend the right knee. We can bump the hips over towards the left a little bit more and take that left leg across the body. Nice deep twist. So maybe we keep the foot strapped, or maybe we release the strap and bend the knee for a little bit. That's a little more gentle on our low back. And then if we'd like, we can turn our head to look over the left fingertip. Good. So let's come back to center. And we'll bend both knees. Let's take the left ankle over the right knee. Spread the toes, press through the ball and the heel, and then press that left knee away using the hip strength. So no hands. Good. And then if we want more, we can hug the right knee in towards the chest. If we chose the hamstring stretch on the first side, we can do so here as well. And then let's go ahead and bring the right toes to the floor. We'll bump the hips over towards the left a little bit, and then let's drop the legs over towards the right one more time for that second twist. Left foot on the ground. Shoulders working out from underneath us. Maybe we're looking over the left fingertips here again. Softening the shoulders. If we want more on that leg, we can walk the the right knee up a little bit towards the shoulder. Keep pressing the left knee away. Good. Nice full deep cycles of breath. And then let's make our way back to center. Hug knees towards chest. Just rocking gently from side to side. If we want to explore happy baby, we're welcome to do that. Bringing the arms inside the legs, holding maybe the outer edge of the foot or the shin, anything that feels accessible here. We can rock gently or stay in stillness. All right. And then we've got a couple options for our final relaxation. If we have a wall near us, we can come into legs up the wall. So to do that, we will bring our hips right up against the wall and then spin the legs up. Once we get here, we'll probably have to wiggle our hips a little closer to the wall once again. And then we can just let the wall hold our legs. We can take the legs wide if we'd like. We can bring the bottoms of the feet together if we'd like. If we bring legs up the wall and at any point decide that we're done here, we're always welcome to come back into traditional Shavasana. And if we're going directly into traditional Shavasana, that is welcome as well. So extending the legs, letting the feet flop open. Let's roll the shoulders, no matter which posture we've chosen. Let's roll the shoulders underneath us a little bit, supporting the heart. Maybe spinning the palms towards the sky. Let's take a cleansing breath wherever we're at. Inhaling through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Letting it go. Letting go of the body. Letting go of the mind. Even letting go of the breath in Shavasana. If you would like to remain in Shavasana longer, please do. If you would like to end practice with the rest of us, please deepen the breath. Reconnect once again to that yellow light in the center of the body. Feel that light expanding to envelop the entire body. Basking in the warm, yellow glow, warm like sunlight, shining in and around you. Bringing joy, uplifting you, strengthening your courage, your sense of self, your inner power. And when you feel ready, gently whispering movement into fingers and toes. Maybe circling wrists and ankles. And if you'd like more, taking the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And then bending the knees and gently rolling over to your favorite side, pausing here for a breath. Feel that warm yellow glow start to draw back into the center of your solar plexus. And with as little effort as possible, making your way up into seated position, closing the eyes once again if they opened. And if you'd like, we can find that mudra once again, interlacing the fingers together and extending just the middle fingers. Maybe placing that our hands right at our solar plexus with the middle fingers extending towards the space in front of us. The sound associated with the solar plexus is Ram, R-A-M. So we'll end our practice with one round of Ram. We'll take a cleansing breath first, in through the nose. Open up, exhale. Inhale to Ram. Ram. Bowing the chin towards the chest. We can keep our hands as they are, or we can release them to the left. Or maybe uniting them together in front of our heart space. May our yoga practice be an opportunity for us to strengthen our courage, our independence, our sense of self, our inner power, knowing that that power inside of us is always there, available for us to tap into at any time. Thank you so much for coming to practice. Thank you for practicing yoga. Namaste. Good work, good work. Thank you so much for coming to practice. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or interpretive dances, feel free to reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much. Be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.